Hi everyone. Thanks for joining me here. It's good to see everyone. And this is my first presentation in IT. To start with my topic is about career transition. So anybody in the crowd today in the room has changed their jobs? Oh, that's nice to see. All right. So today I'll be speaking about my career transition, about how I had, made a choice to change my career. So to begin with it, So to start, a little bit of my background. I'm from Chitwan, so I'm from a place where you get to see rhinos and elephants. And right now, currently, I'm working in Cloud Factory as Associate QA Engineer. And I've been working here, it's been like 5 months. And my experience has been really wonderful since then. And as you may have known, I was in the US. Before this, I was working in the US, and I came to Nepal back in 2017. So over there, I was working in BHSI, that is Berkshire Hathaway Specialty Insurance Company, and I was a QA test lead. Before that, I was in HVHC VisionWorks, where I was a QA analyst. So. Now, in this slide, what I want to express and want to share is my career transition as to what my interest was before, and later on, why did I change it, and how did I end up in being a QA. So you can see in 2007, I graduated from Kathmandu University in BBA in specialization in marketing. And then later, in 2009, I completed my MBA from Pokhara University, and my specialization was again in marketing. So you can see I was so much interested in marketing and advertising. And you can say I was an advertising freak. I used to watch a lot of advertisements. And so right after I graduated, I got an opportunity to work for Vichitra Advertising. And it was a dream job for me because I had to, develop and execute advertisements, organize events, which was pretty fascinating. But as time flew by, I realized I was not in sync with my job. There comes a point in time where, you feel like this is not enough. You want to do more in life. So that was when this, you can say, going abroad thing came into my mind. And so I opted to go out for more, studies. So in 2012, I went to US, and I went to study MBA in general business from Lincoln University. So when I got there, it was like a la la land for me. I mean, when you get to US, a new country, you see a lot of new things. And everything was fascinating about that place, from the place to people coming from different countries, the culture. It was so much out there, and I really liked the environment I was in. Everything was going good. I learned a lot of things over there, being independent. I was working, I was studying. There was so much I was getting to do out there. And finally, my graduation came. I graduated. And that was the happiest moment. And I was thinking okay, this is it. Now after this, I'm gonna go. I had a full plan, I would get a job and I would settle down and all that stuff. But, never turns out the way you planned. Suddenly what happened was life took a really tragic turn for me. I had a hard time, because after that I sent out applications, resumes, but it seemed like something was not working for me. I was not getting any responses. I was not getting any phone calls. So it was pretty tough for me. So what happened was, it went from disappointment to frustrations. I had no idea what I wanted to do next, how to deal with the situation. And I realized, there was a time I realized I was running out of money, and I had to do something about it. So then one day, my friend came and he said, since you're going through such a difficult time, why don't you, apply for QA job, IT? And I did not like the idea at first because, you have come so far, doing 2 MBAs, and how can you do IT? That's, natural and obvious answer. So I thought, how can I do IT? When I'm having so much time for MBAs, I want to do something in MBA. And then he said, it's like, you have to give it a chance. You cannot stay like this in the US, because in the US, you have to think fast. And you have to think about the next step. So what happened was, I thought a lot about it. I felt like, okay, should I do this? Should I not? But then the situation was, like I told you, I was running out of money, and then you have to pay rents. So that was the situation. So I thought, okay, let's give it a try. If it works out, I'll go for it. If not, I'll drop the idea. So then he explained a lot about QA job and IT, and that was pretty interesting. So I opted to go for QA training. And to my surprise, I really liked it. So there I started doing QA training for 4 months. And right after 4 months, I started looking for a job with QA. And to my surprise, I got a job in HVHC. I got an opportunity to work as a QA analyst. And it was really the happiest moment because, you have this in movies you see, you go to office, you meet. That was the dream for me, and it got fulfilled. I was so happy. So I worked there. It's like the job out there is sometimes contract basis. So I work for a contract, and after it got over, I again analyzed the market. So in that time, automation was really too hot out there. So automation go market there was so much demand. So I thought okay, if I want to go for QA, if I want to continue this, why not upgrade myself? So I tried QA automation training. I thought why not invest in a few times in training. So I took up that. And after that, after I got the training, I was open to every kind of job in QA, be it QA manual testing, automation, or QA testing. And to my luck, the next job was as a QA testing. They offered me this job. It was a really tough interview, but then I got through it. And the job was about, managing an offshore team in India, where I had to stay up all night and even, be with them during the day. So it was pretty a tough job for me, quite challenging, but it was really, a very learning one for me. So from then on, in 2016, after I finished my project with VHS, due personal reasons, I came back to Nepal. And so in 2017, I came back, I met my family, after the honeymoon period was over, I felt okay, I should do something, so why not continue with the QA job? And I was really surprised to see a QA job around. So that was how I got into Cloud Factory. And so you can see that's how my life changed from being in marketing to being a QA. So what factors influenced me to change my career? So you can see it was financial stability. So over here, and when you need money, your family is always there. And as a I have a job. My family, they keep asking me, do you need money? It's so sweet. They are always there for me, and I feel very happy. But then out there, in US or any other countries, it's only you. You have to support yourself. So that was the part I had to struggle with, and that was why I took this thing. And then there was another thing, market demand. So QA job was so much emerging that, I was only curious, so market demand, I I got into QA training, and that's how it started. And opportunities was really very remarkable out there. So that was how I ended up there. And friends, of course, they're always there. They're always there to guide you, to help you. And then mostly मेरो influence side from Indian friends ones, they were always there. They have so much of experience, and that's how they influenced me. So effects of training, but let's say I would say about challenges that I faced after the transition, and also the good aspects. The good aspects would be my personal development, skill development. Personal development in the sense like, I came to realize what I was capable of. Usually as you age up, you feel like, okay, this is it, I cannot study more. But IT you can study more, so you can learn more, so it keeps going. And the other thing was skill development. Marketing student, marketing I learned about MySQL, I learned about automation tools, which was very, very challenging, but then I managed to go through that. And as usual, the challenge that I faced was when you come from a non-technical background, IT there are technological changes, so you have to keep upgrading yourself. So that was a little difficult for me. So that was another challenge. The other one was competition and market. So market competitions as you're a tool for it, tool so it keeps on changing, and that's really challenging. That was really challenging for me. So difference working as a QA in the US and Nepal. There's a lot of difference, I'll tell you. So I remember my first few days in Cloud Factory, मेरो colleague, why don't you start testing? I was like, okay. I thought, okay, I'll start. Web application open, test. He was like, did you deploy? And I was like, what do you mean, did you deploy? Don't you have a separate deployment department out here? I said, why not just deploy test. So which was pretty new for me, because there's a different deployment department out there. All you have to do is test. And errors you have to learn the errors. And I was so shocked. Then only you communicate with the developers. So that's the different testing approach, I would say. On-site job responsibilities also. That's a QA job, the limited role. You just have to, test, make as many scenarios as you want, and make a test plan. But over here, it's a different picture. यहाँ चाहिँ तिमीले धेरै कुरा सिक्नु पर्छ के जस्तै लाइक अब मैले चाहिँ खाली टेस्टिङ मात्रै गरिरहेको थिएँ डिप्लोयमेन्ट सिक्यो अब स्लोली ग्रेजुअली आई एम लाइक shifting to codes बुझ्दै जाँदैछु so it's a lot to learn out here. There's more room to grow out here also. So that's the difference I saw. And my message, of course. So before I go on with this slide, I want to ask a question. How many of you think change is good or bad? Let's start with bad. Who thinks change is bad? Nobody? And who's thinking of going abroad? Anybody? That's nice. That's a really good idea, I would say. You should go out. There's a lot of things you learn which you want over here. Granted, values. So that's what I would say. So, my point here, don't fear change much. I know change is really, really very scary thing. It's really frightening to get into the unknown thing. But then gradually, you'll overcome it. Okay? So, you have to have that mind concept that we can change, we should adapt to change. And the other thing is explore opportunities. Give yourself permission to explore as much as you can, and also give yourself permission to fail and try it. And that's how the change process goes. Okay? So the other part is life demands a lot of risk and adventure, as you all know about. No comfort zone, but at least you'll never get to achieve what you want. Seriously. And finally, on this note, I'll be sharing a lot of pictures, not a lot, we did few pictures, then you have to guess like who they are, okay? And this guy? Huh? Yeah, The Rock, right? So do you have any idea what he was before he became a star? Before wrestler, what? He was in a football team. And this guy, Arnold, you know this guy, right? The actor. So before he became an actor, he was a bodybuilding champion. And in 2003, he became governor of California. You know the Kentucky guy, the KFC guy? So before he franchised his Kentucky Fried Chicken, he had done a lot of odd jobs, like he was into gas stations, he worked in railway roads. So that's what his profile was. And you know this, like the business tycoon. Before that, you know what he was? He was a gas station attendant. So my point is, career change, when you go, it's really skeptical thing. People, they cannot think about it. But what I would say is, career change, when it's not that bad as it looks like. Career change, when change think about the situation, learn about the market, analyze the market. If you think you can do it, if you think you can improve in that sector, down in like 4 years or 5 years, go for it also. That's what my point is. Thank you all.